Welcome to another Hunters Connect video. Today I am sighting in my bow. Now there are a lot of different bow sights to choose from as an archer. I personally have chosen a single pin sight. I love to hunt with a single pin, so that's what we will be using today. Now first things first, the sight has been installed on the bow and I have not taken a shot yet, so we're gonna do this together. I've come in nice and close at about 10 yards away from my target. I'm gonna take a shot, make sure that the arrow's not going anywhere crazy. We'll make some adjustments and we'll get right into this. First round of arrows went pretty well, was pretty close. We're a little bit low and to the left. So before I even step back to 20 yards, I'm going to go ahead and make some minor adjustments on the sight. Now when you're adjusting your sight, you want to follow your arrow. So since my grouping was lower than I was aiming, I'm going to move the sight housing down. It was also a little bit off to the left, so I'm going to move my sight housing to the left. So once we get to 20 yards, we're gonna shoot a group again and adjust the sight just the same way. We're gonna follow our arrow. After 20 yards, when we move back further, I'm going to make my vertical adjustments with the sight's wheel. And we're just gonna move back in 10-yard increments just to make sure we're still hitting paper until we make it all the way back to 60 yards. And again, we're done adjusting the vertical on the sight housing. We're using the wheel to lower our sight. Once we get to 60 yards, we'll make a mark once we start hitting those bullseyes, and we'll find the tape that corresponds with the markings we made on our sight. Then we'll be sighted in from 20 yards all the way out to 80 plus, just depending on how far your bow is capable of shooting. Now, here's a tip. If you have the distance to sight in further than 60 yards, do it. The further back you can go, the farther distance, when you're sighting in a single pin, the better and more accurate your results will be when you choose your sight tape. Now I'm backing up to 20 yards. Let's see how we shoot. Our 20-yard grouping is low and left, which means I'm going to make the same adjustments that I made at 10 yards, just a little bit bigger. We still need to go back to the right and back up. So let's make those adjustments. After I adjust this sight, I'm gonna shoot again and continue to make adjustments until I'm shooting perfectly in the middle and I'm perfectly satisfied with my 20-yard shots. And then we'll start to back up towards 60. I'm super happy with my 20-yard grouping, so I went ahead and made a little mark with a Sharpie to mark that 20-yard line. Now, remember, the wheel is all the way up, so it's not gonna change, but it will just make it easier when I later go to try and match up the correct tape. Now I've slowly worked my way back and I'm at 60 yards. I'm gonna take a couple shots and then adjust as needed. But remember, I'm no longer adjusting here on the sight. I'm going to be moving my wheel. I found my 60. Now it's time to compare it to the tape and figure out which tape fits my sight. That's
Close.
Now our sight is set up for distances from 10 yards all the way out to 100 yards. And it was as simple as sighting in at 20 and then 60. But remember, if you can go back further, that will only make this sight more accurate. For more helpful tips, you can visit Hunters Connect's YouTube channel or check out our Instagram.